ओम शांति, ओम शांति। फिर से सभी बोलो ओम शांति। फिर भी आज कहती हूँ पीछे बैठे हुए नजदीक आओ, बहुत जगह पर ही है।
Those who are sitting at the back, please come to the front.
ये बात मेरी जरूर मानो।
You should obey me in this aspect. Class.
जगह नजदीक पर ही है। अच्छा, अभी इतना अच्छा शांत में बैठे थे।
You were sitting in silence just now.
बाबा को याद, बाबा के याद में बैठे थे
You were
संगठन के
sitting.
बीच में।
You were sitting in remembrance of Baba in the middle of the gathering.
बाबा की याद का अनुभव न्यारा होता है।
The remembrance of Baba when you're sitting in the gathering
मेरा
is
तो अनुभव ये
different.
है।
This is my experience.
अभी अकेला काम बैठो,
If you sit on your own
तो
somewhere,
यहाँ संगठन में बैठो,
or you sit here in the gathering, there's a difference.
फर्क है।
Is there a difference?
संगठन में बैठने का जो अंदर से रस पैदा होता है ना,
When you have the sweetness of sitting in this kind of gathering, wherever when you've had this experience, then wherever you go on service, you can create a gathering.
ये आदि से लेकर अनुभव है।
This is my experience from the beginning.
ज्ञान सुनाएंगे
Many will share knowledge.
तो सुनने वाले को पहले कोर्स करना होगा, कोर्स करेंगे।
The person who's listening, firstly they have to do the course. They will listen.
पर शांत में बैठने की याद का इतना कशिश है।
But to have that pull to sit in remembrance,
जो ज्ञान भले पीछे सुने,
because you listen you listen to knowledge afterwards, but to have the pull to sit in remembrance,
उसको खींच के ज्ञान सुनाएंगी।
it's that pull that will allow you to listen to knowledge.
ज्ञान देने वाला है परमपिता परमात्मा।
The one who is giving knowledge is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul.
परमपिता परमात्मा
The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul.
किसको दे रहा है?
When he's giving knowledge, who is he giving knowledge to? He's giving knowledge to the soul.
तो आत्माओं को खींच होती है, कौन सुना रहा है?
Then the soul is attracted to the one who is sharing knowledge, the one who is relating knowledge. The ears listen. When the ears listen to knowledge, it's like the eyes open.
क्या सुना रहा है?
What is he sharing? What is he saying?
दिल को लग जाती है।
And then it touches the heart. The eyes open, it touches the heart. And souls who are Satsuguni, those who have the feeling, the feeling that they want to bring truth into their life, they get touched very quickly because they want to understand the truth, and they want to bring truth into their life.
पहले कई आत्माओं के अंदर से आवाज निकलता था।
Firstly,
God is truth.
People used to say, God is truth, God is love. People used to say this on Bhakti. What is God?
God is truth.
They would say, God is truth and God is love.
वो दोनों अनुभव,
these two experiences of truth and love,
मैं तो समझती हूँ मेजॉरिटी को ये अनुभव होते ही बाबा के बने होंगे।
the majority must have had this experience and then belong to Baba. You didn't belong to Baba just like that. Raise your hands if you had this experience that this is the truth and this is love.
ऐसे कोई पागल है क्या? कोई
is anybody
दुनिया को छोड़
Hear that mad that they've left the whole world,
मित्र संबंधी कुटुंब परिवार
friends,
को छोड़
relationships, family,
बाबा का बन जाए.
and belong to Baba.
दो बातों ने बाबा का बनाया है.
Two things have made us belong to Baba.
तो मैंने देखा ये दो बातें हमारे अंदर एक्यूरेट आ जाए.
These two things should come into our life accurately.
जितना सच्चाई उतना प्रेम.
As much as there is truth, to that same extent there should be love.
और ब्रह्मा बाबा ने के चेहरे से चलन से
Brahma Baba's face and activity gave us the experience of truth and love. His speech and actions gave us this experience.
उनके मन में भावना, बाबा के मन में भावना,
the intentions and in his mind and heart. These are my same children of a kalpa ago. They've come back. They need to learn Raj Yoga and become the King of Kings. And so whether it's the Sakar Murli or the Avyak Murli, Baba has nothing else in him except this. I want you to experiment and see for yourself. I've done this. I'm going to tell you a secret. Go deep within and see what is Shiv Baba like. What's he like? Forget everything. Just see what is Shiv Baba like. You get the knowledge of Shiv Baba through Brahma Baba. Understand knowledge and then see what is Shiv Baba like. Half an hour, 1 hour. Get lost in that experience. This practice of what's he like? He's a point of light. Okay, fine. He's not just a point, but he's a point of light. He's the Almighty Authority. Okay, yes. He's the one who lives in Paramdham. He comes into the body of Brahma. His drishti is pulling us towards Baba and the home. Shiv Baba, he's the innocent Lord. He's the benefactor. Now I'm beginning to understand who you are, Baba. You come to the confluence age for us. Today Baba said in the Murli that God himself has come to establish the true religion. And he's made us his companion. He is the master of the garden and he's made us into gardeners. Today in the Murli Baba said, become a gardener and create a beautiful garden. Who said this? Shiv Baba said it. How will you do this? Just as Brahma Baba did it. And what is Brahma Baba? Brahma Baba is also wonderful. Is it right, Manda? Going to the depth of both of them, Shiv Baba and Brahma Baba. Go so deep. As he is incorporeal, you should also become incorporeal. Baba is viceless. Brahma Baba is viceless. He is also egoless. He does so much. He's so viceless. He's completely finished the vices. His practical form is that of being incorporeal. Baba never said, I did it or I have to do it. We never saw any arrogance or ego
बाबा के
in
आगे
Baba.
जाओ देह भान से परे हो जाते
If when we went in front of Baba, we would go beyond the consciousness
देह
of the
से परे
body.
हो जाते हैं
We'd become
इतनी बाबा को
we'd
देह से
become detached from the body.
देह में होते हुए देह से न्यारे रहने की ब्रह्मा बाबा ऐसे कैसे रहते हो
How did Brahma Baba stay like this?
कैसे रहते हो
How did he do this?
बाबा कहते देह अभी वंडर तो ये है
It's a wonder
शिव बाबा कहे ये मेरी देह नहीं है
that
मैंने
Shiv
लोन
Baba would say that this is not my body, I've taken
ब्रह्मा
it on
बाबा कहे
loan.
मेरी ये नहीं है मैंने दिया हुआ है लोन पर
Brahma Baba would say, this is not my body, I've given it on loan.
वो कहे मेरी नहीं ये
Shiv Baba says it's not mine, Brahma Baba said it's not mine.
हमको भी ऐसे करना पड़ेगा
And so this is what we have to do also.
हम बच्चे बाबा के हैं
We are children who belong to Baba.
तो हम क्या कहेंगे
And so what will we
शरीर
say?
मेरा है नहीं बाबा का बच्चा हूँ ना
If I say I'm a child of Baba, then I can't say that this body is mine.
ये बाबा इस गीत का अर्थ बहुत अच्छा समझाता था
Baba would explain this
बचपन
song
के दिन भुला न देना
very well. The song,
याद
never
हमारी
forget
भुला न
the
देना।
days of your childhood. Don't
ये
let those
बचपन है मेरा
days
संगम
be
युग का
forgotten.
बचपन
This confluence age is our childhood.
अभी बचपन का सुख क्या होता है कभी ये अनुभव करो
Experience the happiness of childhood.
मधुबन बैठे हो
You're sitting in Madhuban.
अच्छे अच्छे अनुभव की खान बन जाओ
Become a mine of
खान
experiences.
समझते हो ना
Do you understand this word mine?
थोड़ा बहुत नहीं
Not just a little bit.
कभी कोई समय था
There was a time
हम देखते थे भले कितना भी कोई काम धंधा करे
we'd see when no
किसके
matter
पास
how much,
कोयले भी खान है ना तो भी धनवान बहुत है
if somebody
कोयले
has
की
a,
भी खान है उसके
a
पास
coal mine, even they are well off.
वो कहाँ जाओ साउथ अफ्रीका जाओ
South
तो diamonds की
Africa,
खान है
you have
सोने
mine,
की
diamond
खान है
mines, gold mines there.
क्या और हमारे पास
And what do we have?
इतना ब्रह्मा बाबा और शिव बाबा के अनुभव की खान बन जाए
Brahma Baba and
अंदर
Shiv Baba, we have both, and so we need
अंदर
to
हमारे
become
जाए ना मिलता
an
जाए
embodiment,
मिलता जाए
become the become
तो मैं कभी देखती हूँ
a
अनुभव
mine
की
of
खान हो गई है
experiences. I'd go inside and see there's a mine inside.
जितना आप निकलवाने चाहो ना निकल जाएगा
As much as you want to extract from me, you can extract all of
डीप है
that.
अनुभव
My experiences are very deep.
खान में अंदर से निकलता है
From a mine, things come from deep within.
दुकान से थोड़ा मिलेगा
From the shop, you'll get less, but if you go into the mine, you'll get more.
खान से तो जितना निकालते जाओ डीप जाएंगे उतना निकलता जाएगा
A mine is such that the deeper you go, you can keep extracting
इतना अनुभव
so many experiences.
ब्रह्मा बाबा शिव बाबा बाबा ड्रामा का ज्ञान कितना अच्छा दिया है
Baba has given us such wonderful knowledge of the drama.
के तरफ बैठ जाओ
Sit like Baba.
भले कल पहले जो हुआ है सो होगा
Whatever happened a
अब जो
kalpa ago,
करना है सो कर ले
it's going to happen anyway, but do whatever it is that you need to do now. This is the
कल पहले
understanding.
जो हुआ है सो ही हो रहा है ये
That
पता
which
है बाबा।
happened a kalpa is
बाबा
going
कहते
to
पता है ना भी हो रहा है
that
कर
which
ले।
happened a kalpa ago is going to happen anyway. Baba has told us that, but do what you need to do now.
पुरुषार्थ की पूज्य मैं कल किसे बात करते
I was speaking to
मैं
somebody
कहती तीन
yesterday.
बातें ध्यान पर रख ले
Pay attention to 3 things I said to that person.
जो ओटे सो अर्जुन
The one who takes initiative is Arjuna.
अर्जुन माना
What does Arjuna mean?
ममा समझाती थी
Mama would
भगवान
explain to
ज्ञान
us.
भले बहुतों को देता है पर अर्जुन जैसी भावना वाला वो
Baba gives knowledge to many, but I should have the same feelings that Arjuna had. Arjuna had the desire to go deep into Gyan. He had that sweetness, that
जितना सुनता जाए उतना कहे भगवान ये बहुत अच्छा सुनना है बहुत अच्छा सुनना है बहुत
the
अच्छा
more he's
सुनना है।
listening to, he's saying, God, this is very
कमर
good.
मिलाता
This is,
जाए।
immediately he would bring it into practice.
तो जो ऐसा पुरुषार्थ करे वो अर्जुन,
So the one who makes such effort is Arjuna.
जो करना है सो अब कर ले.
Whatever you want to do it now.
वो कौन बनेगा नंबर
Who
1?
will do this and become number one?
कभी कभी आया हुआ बाबा के
It
बच्चा,
doesn't matter when you come to Baba.
उसके दिमाग में आ जाए बात,
It should just enter their head that this, whatever I need to do it now.
तीसरी बात है
Thirdly,
उस समय संगम का है.
that now are the moments of the confluence age.
भगवान मेरा साथी है.
God is my companion.
ड्रामानुसार सत्युगी राज हमारे सबके हाथों में आ रहा है.
The golden aged kingdom is coming into our hands.
तो ऐसा मैं ज्ञान योगी, ज्ञान से योग लगा, ज्ञान से
With
धारणा
Gyan,
हुए.
I'm
मैंने
having yoga.
या आना था ना,
I need to have
धारणा
dharna.
कहाँ से आएंगी?
Where will I get this dharna from?
कोई मेरे में कमी न रहे.
There should be nothing lacking within me.
ज्ञान कहता है चेक कर,
Gyan is telling me to check. There's nothing lacking within me.
मेरे में कोई कमी न रहे.
In me, there should be nothing lacking.
और
Not
की कमी देखने के लिए बुद्धि तेज है.
my intellect. I've seen that many people's intellect is very sharp in seeing what's lacking in others, and it's dull to look at the self. The intellect is sharp to look at others.
सुनाऊं ना, उसको दुख हो जाएगा.
If I tell somebody their weakness, they experience a lot of
कोई कमी
sorrow.
उनसे उनको बतानी होगी जल्दी बता देगा.
But if they need to tell other people's weaknesses, they'll tell you very fast.
ये इतना स्वदर्शन, बाबा का स्वदर्शन चक्कर घुमाओ.
Baba says to spin the cycle of self-realization.
तो स्वदर्शन चक्कर घुमाने वाला
The one who spins the cycle of self-realization,
पता चलेगा.
they will know
स्वदर्शन
to spin the discus of
भवन
self-realization.
का चक्रवर्ती राजा बन जाता
They
है.
become a ruler of the globe.
राज्य पद चक्कर में ही, सारे चक्कर में ही
Throughout the whole cycle,
श्रेष्ठ पूज्य श्रेष्ठ पूजा
they
का
attain
पात्र होगा.
a high status of being a worshipper and worthy of worship, both.
पुजारी भी श्रेष्ठ,
They're elevated worshipper and elevated worthy of worship.
जो स्वदर्शन चक्कर,
Because
चक्कर का जो नॉलेज
they
है,
have the knowledge of spinning the cycle
कराने के लिए,
of self-realization, the
सबको
knowledge of
ऐसा
how
ज्ञानी तो आत्मा बनाने के लिए,
to make the self a knowledgeable soul,
साक्षात बाप सम्मान बनने के लिए,
to become equal to the Father.
सतयुग से लेकर के कलयुग अंत तक
From golden age right through till the end of the Iron Age,
संस्कार बाबा इतना श्रेष्ठ बना रहे
Baba
हैं.
is making our
इतने
sanskars
पतित भावी नहीं
elevated,
बनने के.
and so we don't become as impure. Even at the end of Iron Age, we don't become as impure.
भले समय सतयुग से कलयुग तक आ गया,
The time from golden age to
परंतु
the Iron
मैंने
Age has
देखा है
come.
सच्चे भगत आत्माएं कल पहले वाले,
I've seen that those who are true bhagats from a kalpa ago,
और आप भी अपने आप को देखेंगे.
and so you should see yourself also.
मैंने बाबा को देख फिर अपन को भी देखा होगा.
I look at Baba, then I look at myself.
अंतिम जन्म में भी निर्मला बहन
Even in his last birth, mercy, love and truth. These sanskars Baba had even in his last birth. Raise your hands.
अंतिम जन्म में भी
That even in the last birth, mercy, love
सच्चाई,
and truth.
झूठ और हिंसा नहीं होगा.
In last birth there should be no falsehood
जो अब
and
पुरुषार्थ
violence.
करते,
The effort you make
सच्चाई
now
और अहिंसा,
of truth and non-violence.
जो अभी जो संस्कार बने
These
हैं,
are the sanskars that are being created now
में भी
in the self.
ऐसी क्वालिटी जो है ना अच्छी,
And so this good
भले
quality,
जन्म विकार से भी हुआ,
okay, we're born through
विकारी नहीं
vice,
होंगे.
but we're not full of vice.
कामी क्रोधी नहीं होंगे,
We won't be like, we're not,
लोभ मोह
even
वाले
at the
नहीं
end of
होंगे,
Iron Age,
अहंकार वाले नहीं होंगे.
we won't have the vices of lust, greed, anger, attachment,
भले
ego.
दुनिया विकारी है,
Even though the
हम भी
world is
थोड़ा
like
विकार
that,
से दुनिया में रहे
we've
हैं,
lived in the world,
परंतु साक्षी होकर के अपन को
but look
देखे
at yourself as a
जैसी दुनिया
detached
विकारी है, ऐसे
observer.
विकारी हम नहीं होंगे.
We have not become as viceful as the rest of the world.
कोई फिलॉसफी है.
This is a
क्या समझते हो?
philosophy.
मैं
What do you
सबसे
think?
इकट्ठा बैठी हूँ जैसे.
I am sitting with all of
ऐसा
you.
क्या समझते हो?
What do you think?
इतने विकारी तो नहीं है ना?
Nobody's become that full of vices.
हाथ उठाओ.
Raise
तो
your
महसूस
hand.
करते इतने विकारी नहीं जितना दुनिया विकारी है.
Raise your hand if you think that you didn't become as viceful as the rest of the world is.
फी क्या हाथ नहीं उठाती है?
Why is Fee not raising her hand? Has she not understood the question?
अभी क्वेश्चन समझा नहीं है.
Okay, raise your hands if you yourself feel that you never become as viceful, as lustful, greedy, anger, attachment. Were you like that as before? Even, you know, that's why you're able to come to Baba quickly.
समझो अभी जो कामी होंगे ना,
those who are lustful,
पालन करना सहज नहीं होगा.
they find it very difficult to inculcate, to imbibe celibacy.
मना इतना उच्च पद पाने वाला नहीं है.
They're not the ones who are going to attain a high status. Even if there's the slightest impurity, if you're trapped in name and form,
ये भी
this also
शुद्ध आत्मा श्रेष्ठ आत्मा का संस्कार
is not the sanskar of a pure and elevated soul to get trapped in name and form. Some souls, they come to Baba.
पवित्रता को इतना दिल से.
Some souls, they come to Baba and from their heart immediately they accept purity. From their hearts they accept purity.
कभी भी बॉडी कॉन्शियस के ख्याल उसके जो सोल कॉन्शियस बॉडी कॉन्शियस का हमने बनाया ना contrast.
The contrast of soul consciousness and body consciousness.
उसको ख्याल ही नहीं आएगा.
They don't have that thought.
क्रोध नहीं आएगा.
They won't have anger.
साकार में बाबा कहता था.
Baba would say in the Sakar days
एक बारी कोई क्रोध करता
that
है,
if you get angry
6
once,
महीना तो उसका क्रोध भूलेगा नहीं.
then for 6 months you won't forget that anger.
इसने गुस्सा मैंने
You'd
देखा था.
say, oh, this one got angry. This one has anger. They got angry.
चलो थोड़ा बहुत कोई गुस्सा बहुत नहीं करता है.
Somebody doesn't get angry. Okay, they don't get angry, but they don't speak sweetly either.
जितना यहाँ डिप्रेशन में रहता है.
It's like they're in depression almost.
यहाँ उसको अंदर से कोई न कोई प्रकार की समस्या सामने है ही है.
It's like there's some or another problem in front of them all the time.
देह अभिमान और देह अभिमानी के कॉन्ट्रास्ट को नहीं समझा है.
They have not understood the contrast between soul consciousness and body
अभी समस्या
consciousness.
सामने आती है.
That's when problems come in
मैंने ये
front of
देखा
you.
है.
I have seen this.
अब देह अभिमान और देह अभिमानी के कॉन्ट्रास्ट
Understand the contrast between soul
अच्छी तरह ध्यान
consciousness
दो.
and body consciousness. Pay great attention to this.
तो आत्मा में
And so the soul,
सच्चाई और शुद्धि
the soul
सफाई
has
ऐसी
purity
आ जाती है.
and cleanliness
लोभ वो छूट जाता है.
to such an extent
ऐसा
that
परा रहे ये परा रहे
purity and cleanliness to such an extent that attachment and greed, it doesn't stay with you, it's gone, it's finished. Even if there's money lying
बाबा
around.
ने कभी ये नहीं सोचा इंटरेस्ट परा रहे इंटरेस्ट पर पैसा मिलेगा.
Baba never had the thought that if he puts money in the bank, then he'll get interest from that and will manage on interest. Whatever it is, it should be used in a worthwhile way now.
न काम न क्रोध न
So
लोभ, न
no
मोह,
ego,
न
no
अहंकार.
attachment, no lust, no
अभी
greed, no
इतने निर्विकारी बन
anger.
गए ना,
We have to become
तो
so
वो
viceless.
ताकत जो है ना अंतिम
And
काल
that
में भी काम आई है. मैं ये
Vicelessness,
फील करती हूँ.
that vicelessness has helped us in our last birth even. This is what I feel.
दिल से करना चाहिए,
You should make effort from the heart
सच्चाई से करना चाहिए,
with such honesty
तो साहिब राजी होकर
that
के
the Lord is
हमको मदद
pleased.
करता है.
Make effort with such honesty that the Lord is
सच्ची
pleased and
दिल
He
से
helps us.
पुरुषार्थ करने वाले के लिए साहिब राजी है.
The one who is making effort with an honest heart,
अभी
the Lord is
परमात्मा को
pleased
जो
with
हम
that
साहेब
person.
कहते हैं ना,
We call God, we call Baba, the Supreme Soul, we call him the Lord.
सतगुरु कहते हैं, पर
We
साहेब
call
भी
him
कहते हैं.
Satguru, we call him Sahib, Lord.
साहेब किसको कहते हैं? बास को कहते हैं ना,
A Lord is
जो मेरा
like,
मालिक है ना,
he's my master.
वो राजी है ना, खुश हो
Check if
गया
your
ना,
master is happy with you.
भरपूर कर देगा
He'll
ना.
make me full.
तो सच्ची दिल से
And so with a true heart,
साहेब को राजी करना है.
please the master.
सारा दिन अटेंशन मेरा साहेब मेरे से राजी हो गए.
All day there should be this attention that is my master
जो
pleased
अच्छे
with
अच्छे
me.
काम जाप करते हैं ना, बहुत अच्छे,
Those who do,
बुढ़े भी हो जाते हैं ना, उसको छोड़ते नहीं है.
who have good jobs, even when they get old, they
मेरे पास
don't let
प्रैक्टिकल
go of
मिसाल है
that job
लौकिक
because
दुनिया
the
की भी.
employer doesn't want them to go.
उसके मालिक जो होंगे ना, छोड़ेंगे नहीं, कहेंगे नहीं,
The boss
इनके
won't
बगैर
let
मेरा
go of
कारखाना
them.
नहीं चलेगा, इनके
They
बगैर
say
मेरा
that
नहीं
we can't
चलेगा.
manage without this one.
बोले अच्छा बुढ़ा हो गया, घर बैठे भी तो मेरा काम संभालो.
They'll say, even if you become old, look after the work, even whilst being at home and you're
इतना
old.
बाबा का हमारे में हो,
And
ये
so
मेरा बच्चा जो है ना, बड़ा
Baba should
ईमानदार है,
also have this
वफादार
for
है.
us, that this child of mine has integrity, has faithful.
कल बात चल रही थी भाई, सेवा भी
Yesterday
करो,
that we were speaking that do
योग भी
service
लगाओ, दोनों
and
करो.
have yoga.
भाई
Both
योग तो योग में टाइम देना पड़ता है
for
ना.
yoga, some
अरे
people
सेवा
say you
से
have
साहब
to
राजी
do
होगा.
for service. No, for
समझा
yoga you
बहन?
have to give time to yoga, but
साहब राजी
Master
ऐसे
is
तो
pleased
जुटका खाती कब
when
मैं
we
योग
do
में बैठी हूँ.
service. You can't sit in yoga and nod off and then
योग
expect the
ऐसा
Master to be
हो,
happy with you.
शरीर स्थिति ऐसी हो,
My state
सेकंड
should be
में
such
देख के वहाँ से परे.
that in 1 second you're beyond the
चाहो वाणी में
consciousness
आऊँ
of the
तो चाहो
body.
नहीं आऊँ.
When you want to come into words, when you don't want to,
चाहूँ
then you don't
संकल्प
have
करूँ
to.
तब तक नहीं करूँ.
When you want to, you have
मालिक
thoughts. When you don't want to, you don't have any thoughts. You're the master.
उसमें फिर बाबा कहता है,
Baba would say
हर
for that,
समय 1 मिनट में मैं बालक हूँ,
at every moment, in 1 minute,
दूसरे मिनट में
be
मैं मालिक हूँ.
a child, and in the next minute,
Wonder
be
है.
a master. It's a wonder.
बालक हूँ किसकी?
Whose child am I?
मालिक हूँ
Whose
किसकी?
master am I?
सारी प्रकृति की मालिक हूँ.
I am the master of
बाबा
nature
की
and the
मालिक.
elements.
मैं आत्मा हूँ,
I'm a child of
परमात्मा
God.
का
I'm a
बालक
master
हूँ.
of
ये
the
प्रकृति जो
elements.
5 तत्वों की दुनिया है,
I'm this world of
इसमें 5
5
विकार
elements.
भर गए हैं.
And this
मालिक
world of
होकर उसे
5
निकाल रही हूँ.
elements has full of 5 vices, and so I'm the master and I'm removing the vices from the
तो प्रधान
elements.
होंगी.
In golden age, the elements will be
बाबा ने कहा
Sattva
ऐसी
Pradhan.
वृत्ति से, ऐसे
And
संकल्प से
so with such
उसको
thoughts,
शुद्ध
with such
बनाना,
attitude, I have to purify all
वृत्ति
of
से,
this.
संकल्प से. आज का वरदान क्या
Today's
था?
blessing was like this, wasn't it? That with
तो
your
जितने
thoughts
ऊंचे वरदान के
and
बोल
with your
है,
attitude.
अपन को देखो.
So look at yourself.
वो मैंने सारी लाइफ के अंदर
In my whole life,
मेरा पता है सतगुरु मेरा वही है.
I know
श्रीमत
that
देने वाला.
one Satguru is
मेरा
mine who gives
साहब राजी.
the Srimad, but my master should
क्या
also be
करेगा
pleased.
काजी?
If my master is pleased, then what will
धर्मराज भी
death
कहेगा.
do? What will Dharamraj do? Dharamraj will also let you go. And
तो मैं बाबा कहती, बाबा अंत में धर्मराज मुझे आंख न दिखावे.
I used to say to Baba, I don't want
अगर हम
Dharamraj.
अल्लाह बेलाई में टाइम
I don't
गमाएंगे,
want Dharamraj to show me a stern eye. I don't want to
पवित्रता
waste
का मेरा
my
बल नहीं होगा.
I don't want to waste my time now in
कोई ना कोई
carelessness.
विघ्न
If
के
I
बस
don't
हो
have
जाएंगे,
the power of
ग्रहचारी बैठ
purity,
जाएंगी.
then I'll
बाबा क्या करे?
become under the influence of some obstacle
बाबा तो
or
सब बात
bad
था.
omens will come over me.
ग्रहचारी हट जावे,
So bad omens should be removed.
विघ्ननाश स्थिति होवे.
Your state should be a destroyer of obstacles,
सदाई ऊंची,
very high.
अंगुली ऐसे ऊंची.
It's like your finger points up high,
तो उसका अनुभव होता है.
and you'll experience that
साखी होकर के प्ले
stage
करना
when you have that experience that your stage is elevated. Then it's easy to play your part as a detached observer. That each soul is playing their own part.
कोई ख्याल
In
नहीं.
1 second, there's no other thought. Each soul is playing their own
सबके लिए
part.
regard है.
I have regard for everyone.
शुभ भावना है,
good feelings for everyone.
आपे ठीक हो जाएंगे,
Everything will
समय पर हो जाएंगे.
be right at
और
the right
मैं
time.
किसी के कोई आत्मा के प्रति
I should not
जरा
have
भी मन में गिलानी रखेंगे,
hatred for any soul,
या किस पर प्रभावित होंगी,
or if I'm influenced by any soul,
तो मेरी ये गलती माफ बाबा कैसे करेंगे?
then how
ये मेरी
can
गलती हुई.
God forgive me for that mistake? It's my mistake to have hatred or to be
या
influenced,
किसके लिए मन में गिलानी रखें?
to have any hatred in your mind for anyone or to be
ये
influenced by
मेरा
anyone.
बोझा चढ़ जाएगा.
Then it's like this is a burden on the soul.
बाबा कहते लाइट रहो,
Baba's teaching us to be light. Baba's telling us to be light, to remain happy
सबको खुशी बांटो.
and to share happiness.
कोई घड़ी जैसे गुलजार दादी ने आपको बताया,
When Gulzar
कभी
Dadi
भी
was sharing
कोई
with
घड़ी
you,
खुशी कम नहीं होनी
there
चाहिए.
shouldn't be any moment in where there's no happiness experienced.
खुशी का कम होने का कारण ही है
The reason for happiness to
हमने
become
कोई
less
व्यर्थ
is that
संकल्प किया
I have had a waste thought,
या व्यर्थ समय गमाया.
or I've wasted my time.
फौरन
These two things
भगवान की दी हुई
decrease
खुशी
our happiness, that which has
चली
been
जाती
given
है.
by God. Waste thoughts and waste time.
ये सजा है.
This is like a punishment for the soul, that they don't experience
बाबा खुशी
happiness.
देवे,
Baba is giving
बच्चे व्यर्थ
happiness,
समय गमावे,
but the child is wasting their time.
व्यर्थ सोच में टाइम
Their
देवे.
time is being given in waste thoughts. Then what can Baba do?
बाबा की खुशी संभालने की अक्ल चाहिए.
You need common sense to be able to look after the happiness that God has given you. Something that's being given by God, you need to know
ऐसी
how to
खुशी
look after
भावना जो
it.
दे रहा है,
Baba is giving such happiness.
सुखदात दुखहर्ता सुखदाता
He's
बाबा है मेरा.
He is the
सदा के
remover
लिए
of
दुख
sorrow
कम करके सुख
and the
दिया है.
bestower of happiness, and He's always given happiness.
बाबा
And
आपका
so,
दिया हुआ
Baba, you've given it to me.
जो सुख है ना,
The happiness that I've received from you,
अतीन्द्रिय सुख है ना,
the happiness that I've received, the
उसमें
supersensuous
रहना
joy
मेरा भाग्य.
that I have received,
उसमें रहना
to remain
कहाँ
happy,
रहते हो?
that's my
अतीन्द्रिय सुख
fortune.
में रहते.
And so it's like to remain in supersensuous joy.
कैसे रहते हो?
How do you remain in supersensuous joy?
कैसे रहते हो?
How?
इंद्रियां को हमारे कंट्रोल में है.
Your sense organs need to be in
जो
your
बाबा
own
खिलाता है
control.
तो खाते हैं, जो पहनता है तो पहनते हैं.
I eat that which Baba gives me, I wear
मिठाइयाँ
that
कुछ
which
मांगती
gives,
नहीं है.
which
इच्छा
Baba
नहीं है.
gives. I have no other desire. That's the only way I can
ममता नहीं है.
experience supersensuous joy. Where my
कोई इच्छा होंगी ना, ध्यान जाएगा ये भी हो, ये भी हो. खुशी कहाँ से आएंगी?
So where will your happiness go if you have desires?
तो
This is
संगम
what
के
Dadi
समय
Gulzar
पर
said yesterday, that if there's
जितना
desires,
अपने आप को बाबा को
the
अच्छी
more
तरह से ब्रह्मा बाबा, जैसे अभी बोल रही हूँ ना, शिव बाबा को, ब्रह्मा बाबा को, अपने को, ड्रामा को और हर आत्मा के पाठ को
and
जान करके
know the Baba, Shiv Baba, drama, the self, each one's part,
आनंद स्वरूप आत्मा
know all of them and become
शिवा
a soul which is the embodiment of bliss.
जितनी भी
Service
करो ना,
service is fortune.
उसमें संबंध सबके साथ रूहानियत वाला हो.
My relationship with all souls should be one of
उसमें तीन
spirituality.
आजकल मेरा ध्यान गया है. एक स्वभाव है,
My nature,
दूसरी आदत है,
my habits,
तीसरी हॉबी है.
and hobby, these three things.
समझ रहे हो बेटा?
Are you understanding?
एक स्वभाव है,
One is your
दूसरी आदत है,
nature, habits, and hobby. These three things are there.
स्वभाव के वश है.
Sometimes we're under the influence of our own nature. We don't realize.
कोई आदत पड़ी हुई है, जोर
Some
से बोलने की या
have the
बातें
habit
करने की
of,
आदत
okay,
है.
speaking loudly or making long told stories. This is a habit.
चिंतन करने की,
Of
देखने
thinking
की,
of
सुनने की
others,
आदत
thinking
है.
of listening to others. That's a habit.
तीसरी हॉबी शौक है.
Third is hobby. It's like where your interest
वो
is.
सब चेंज कर दो.
So all three need to be changed.
स्वभाव,
Your
स्वमें
nature,
भावना, भाव,
to have
बाबा जैसा सब
feelings for the self. Whatever Baba's feeling is, I should have that feeling.
अंदर से निराकारी स्थिति में रहना, निर्विकारी रहना,
To stay in the incorporeal stage and free from vices. This should become my habit. Making effort should be my habit.
जो सेवा बाबा चाहता है वो अभी कर लेवे।
And my hobby should
मैं
be that
करेंगे
of
सब
doing the
करेंगे।
service that Baba wants me to
और
do now.
तुम करो ना ये, अरे तुम करो ना,
You shouldn't say that, oh, you do
हम
this. No,
करेंगे तो
no,
और
let
करेंगे
me do
ना।
this. When I do it, then others will automatically do it.
सबको सेवा में स्नेही सहयोगी बनाना
Make everyone loving and cooperative in service.
ये एक नेचुरल हॉबी होनी
This should
चाहिए।
be a natural hobby.
कोई सहयोग देता नहीं, अरे देंगा ना तुम,
Don't say
बड़े
that so and so
उमंग
doesn't
उल्लास से
give
रहो ना,
cooperation, but you have to remain in zeal and
ट्रस्टी होकर के
enthusiasm.
रहो ना।
You have to be a trustee.
उसमें भी ट्रस्टी जो होता है ना,
The one who's a trustee,
उसकी सेवा वंडरफुल होती है।
their service is wonderful.
तो जैसे बाबा विद्यही,
Baba is bodiless,
याद में रहने के लिए विद्यही,
so
सेवा में सबके साथ
in
संबंध में
service,
आज ट्रस्टी
in
मेरा
remembrance,
कुछ
they're
नहीं,
bodiless.
पर
In
ट्रस्टी होकर
service,
के accurate।
they're like a trustee. And
मैंने
to
देखा है
accurate,
बहुत
nothing
हॉस्पिटल
actually
के
belongs to
ट्रस्टी,
me. I've seen hospital trustees
यहाँ
also,
स्कूलों के ट्रस्टी
or
होंगे,
trustees of a
मंदिरों
school,
के ट्रस्टी होंगे,
trustees of a temple.
ए ईमानदार,
They need to have a lot of integrity.
बस ट्रस्टी की हाजुरी में ही सब अच्छा चलेगा।
In the presence of a trustee, everything should
तो
move well.
ट्रस्टी होकर के रहे,
And so we need to
अंदर से
remain
योग में
like a
विद्यही करते
trustee.
रहे, तो क्या हो जाएगा?
And so what
बाबा
will
का
happen?
नाम बाला पे ही हमारे
We're able
प्रैक्टिकल
to
इतनी तो सेवा
glorify
हुई है,
Baba's
तो
name.
प्रैक्टिकल कई आत्माओं को बाबा ने खींच लिया।
Many
विद्यही और ट्रस्टी
souls
कब से
have been
खींच
drawn
लिया?
to Baba just because of this
जो विद्यही ट्रस्टी
bodiless
बनते
and
जा रहे
trustee.
हैं,
Those who are
उनको देख
becoming
करके
bodiless
अनेक
and
आत्माओं पर
trustee, many will
लगेगा,
see them and they will feel
ये राइट पर्सन है,
that this is the right person.
ऐसा बनना है।
I need to become like that.
तभी मेरा वर्दिंग में फी को देखती हूँ,
When I see
इसकी
Fee
माँ भी
Worthing and her mother, it's very good. Her mother is very
जहाँ
good.
भी देखती हूँ,
When I see
अभी
them,
इस डॉक्टर जो को भी जानती
when
हूँ,
I know
सबको
Dr.
जानती हूँ,
Joe, I know
अगर कोई
most
हर
of
एक
you,
ऐसी ऐसी आत्मा अंदर से
and so such
अपने आप को
souls,
ट्रस्टी और विदेही,
if such souls consider themselves to be bodiless and trustees,
उनसे बहुत ऊंची सेवा, गुप्त
then
सेवा,
the
सच्ची
quality
सेवा
of service they will do will be a very high quality,
चलते फिरते
very
भी होती रहेगी,
incognito, and even whilst just walking and moving, they'll
रास्ते
do
चलते भी हो
service
जाएंगे।
and they'll do it very fast.
मैंने देखा कोई व्हील चेयर वाली की भी सेवा हो जाती है,
I've seen that even the wheelchair, one lady who pushes the wheelchair, she's
ये
also
है
served.
याद
This is what remembrance,
नंबर 1,
to be number
सेवा
one
में
in
भी,
remembrance and number one in service also.
ओके, और स्वभाव
Nature,
ईश्वरी,
my nature
बच्चे
needs
का
to
स्वभाव
be
कैसा,
that
सबको खींचने
what is the
वाला,
nature
सबको
of
बाबा का बनाने वाला,
God's child. Nature of God's child is to make everyone
कोई
belong
नहीं
to
कहे
God.
इसका थोड़ा स्वभाव ऐसा है,
You
थोड़ा
can't, nobody should say
चलता
that, oh, this is that person's nature.
ओके। अच्छा गोपी मैम बताऊं, पूछो, अभी मैं समझ सब जाने वाले होंगे,
Most of you must be leaving.